Control. It's Red Food with the big ass bra, and like Bruce Lee, I got the clout. Yeah. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that.
Everybody, welcome to the Danimal Weekly number 13. I'm here in Philadelphia with my man Johnny Payne. We're concluding this weekend here in Philly. This is Monday, so it'll be released this week. We're going to talk a little bit about the Blueprint to Beast seminar and this weekend just in general. Had a little bit of fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun actually. We'll get into that. So let's talk first about the Blueprint to Beast seminar. What are we, just real basic for anybody that may not have heard about what Blueprint to Beast is, could you kind of give us an overview of what you're doing there?
Sure. I mean, Blueprint to Beast is a newest product to put out, and it basically addresses the all-important 80% in getting what you want out of training or just life in general. I mean, there's success principles that we apply to manifesting more of whatever it is that you want in life, and the feedback so far has been that, you know, people come to the event because they want to learn more about how to get more from their strength and conditioning training. And they end up learning principles that they can then go on and apply in other aspects of their life, whether it be finance or relationships, whatever the case may be. They're able to manifest much more and bring more joy and abundance into their life.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah, it was a great time. John killed it. It was a 9-hour seminar. Absolutely, every moment was sensational. We had a great, the after party was phenomenal. Wore a tuxedo.
The Danimal was pretty damn fly. brought us their game to the after party.
Absolutely. We did the podcast yesterday.
That wasn't a rental either, was it?
No, I bought it.
You bought it?
I bought the tuxedo. I did.
Bought that.
I did. We'll put up a picture. I got a picture of it on Facebook already. But so we shot the podcast yesterday. AJ Benza was here.
We recorded. We didn't shoot it.
Oh, sure.
Wasn't any shooting.
You weren't cleaning your guns
No,
around.
no.
Yeah, so we recorded the new podcast. Look for that on strengthvillain.com. They'll actually become, I'm on that. Who was all there? We had Dave, RoboCop, Tyler, MMA Minton, Pete Nerd was on there. Badminton. Pete Nerd. Who else? Devin, obviously our cameraman, Badless cameraman, the gay non-superhero.
Gotta listen to the podcast to get that reference.
Absolutely. Everybody, you gotta check that out. It was hilarious. Probably, in my opinion, was the funniest podcast. I don't know if that's just because I was here or not, but
it was a pretty good one.
Yeah,
I would say. There were a lot of laughter.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I talked about in one of our previous posts, is going out and taking action. I posted last night, and going out to these sorts of things, these seminars, and meeting these types of people. And we talk a lot about your contacts and leveraging your contacts. And the greatest, Johnny Payne says, the greatest human resource, the greatest resource you have is humans. You know,
human beings.
Absolutely. That was a lot of what was talked about in the Blueprint to Beast. And one thing I'd like to mention is we talk a lot about strength and conditioning, and there's a lot of people doing that mechanical.
I don't talk a lot about that. I talk about boobs primarily.
Boobs, that's all right.
Boobs on the day.
Absolutely, we can swear.
I don't know what the rules are on this thing.
No,
it's the first time. I apologize.
That was funny. I got a lot of criticism from like swearing. Everybody, you gotta stop swearing. I'm like, well, we're not. This isn't for like kids, you know. We're targeting a mature audience.
Seriously, this is TVMA.
Yeah, absolutely.
NC-17.
Who wants to watch like PG YouTube videos? You know, I don't. You want to watch boobs, right? It's not PG.
Manifesting into my life. About that with Blueprint to Beast. My life is full of big flush dudes.
Yeah, that's and clearly. So Blueprint to Beast, yeah, we talked about all these things. With the biggest thing is we talked about the lifestyle changes that we like to make even outside of the gym, even, and that was kind of, as John will tell you, that's really what ends up happening, and particularly in consult calls. And sure, people originally kind of start with this idea that they need help with strength and conditioning, and this or that with their program, or they need to make these tweaks to their diet to succeed. But really, it ends up being the 80%, that mentality that you approach it with. And
right.
Why don't you talk a little bit about like kind of those three main components, the like standards, beliefs, and habits, and like why those are so important to like the training aspect, and even outside of that.
Sure. I mean, we talk about standards. Standards is just what's the minimum you're willing to accept for yourself. You know, these aren't unique ideas. These are ideas that have been applied to anyone that's taught, you know, success and science of success. And, I mean, I have a background in neurolinguistic programming, NLP, for those of you that are familiar, Anthony Robbins and guys like that. Standards are just what's the minimum you're willing to accept. You know, what are you striving for? What's your well-formed outcome, as we say in NLP? And we teach you how to create one. A lot of people have goals. Goals are shitty. You know, goals are just these arbitrary, consciously localized things. We teach you how to install into your subconscious a well-formed outcome. It's essentially a target. You know, we talk about your subconscious being what we call a servo mechanism. You know, it's a guided missile. It's going to, your subconscious will bring you anything you ask it for. The universe will give you anything you ask it for. You just got to be specific and know how to communicate out of the conscious and into the subconscious so you can make that happen. Absolutely. When we talk about beliefs, beliefs are ideas, presuppositions, and assumptions you have about yourself and other people and the world around you. And you can have limiting beliefs, you can have empowering, strong beliefs, and we teach you how to identify your beliefs because people don't realize what their beliefs are. They're invisible, they don't really understand them until they're challenged. Right. And we have interesting ways of getting your beliefs out of you and getting us to reveal them to you. We just did this about 2 hours ago with you, found some limiting beliefs that you didn't know you had. Absolutely. So that's what we do, is we discover what your beliefs are about certain things, and then if they're limiting, we teach you how to fix them and give you some great tools for making sure that your beliefs are congruent with what you're trying to manifest in your life. And obviously if they're not, then we get that straightened out. And the habits are just, what are successful people doing? People that you want to model, people that have already done what you're trying to do, what were some things that they did, and you know, how can you implement those into your life? How can you use dirty little tricks to build habits and make things second nature so that you don't have to think about doing them, you just do them out of habit. Right. You know, you combine a strong, well-formed standards, well-formed outcome with empowering, positive beliefs, and you develop the habits necessary to get you there. And it's kind of a can't-miss formula for success in whatever it is we're trying to do.
Right, absolutely. And then we talk about at the seminar how I'm sure a lot of the viewers are familiar in going into a gym. If you're in a commercial gym, showing that guy, they'll come in. We talked about the guy that does curls and benches. All he does is curls and was it curls and squats or curls?
I would say bench and curls.
Bench and curls.
Curls in the squat rack. Everybody makes fun of on the internet sites. But I always say the one thing that's interesting about that person is he always looks better than the people that are making fun of him. Right, right. And he says he's got that 80%, a little bit more figured out. It's not that he's more sophisticated or he has more knowledge of it, but he's actually less sophisticated. And so he actually doesn't have the limiting beliefs that the internet sites and communities and books and literature breed. Right. So we have to kind of deprogram some of those ideas and make you more like the meathead who's going to the gym and just getting results because he knows if he just does some curls and drinks a protein shake and eats some chicken, wings or chicken nuggets because they have protein. Right. Basically like Devin, our cameraman back there. Then he looks real good and he gets strong in the process, and that's that. So a lot of times those people are better off and get better results than people that know more about training. Yeah. Yeah, I think that bothers a lot of people because, like you said, the guy that knows this, that, and the other about everything strength training, nutrition related, and yet that one guy still is leaps and bounds ahead of him. You fucking hate that guy. Yeah, of course. Of course. You spend time and money and effort and energy into doing this thing that you know so much about. And this guy, he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing, but yet he's doing better things than you are. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's frustrating. And we squash that frustration and get you making progress. Now, if you have that 80%, you frame it mentally the right way, and you have a strong understanding and knowledge of the 20%, because it's still 20% of the equation in the training, then you're definitely going to do well. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and that was a lot of what the weekend was about. Even when we took breaks for the at the seminar, and even past seminar yesterday in the podcast, and even today, we still focus a lot on these. That's a lot of what you do. It's a big part of your passion. And we're always kind of talking about that and trying to come up with great ideas. We were just sitting here and came up with a beautiful idea for a new book that we're going to start working on. Danimal and I are going to be collaborating on a book, help some people out there that are in dire need of it. Absolutely. Specific subculture. So. Absolutely. Well, this podcast, or this Danimal Weekly wouldn't be complete without mentioning DJ Ken. DJ Ken, best gay Arab DJ on the East Coast usually. That's what we do. Certainly in Pennsylvania, Delaware County. The gay Arab disco.
We're running out of time here. We're kind of capped with the cell phone because we're obviously away from the webcam. So we're going to have to be wrapping it up here.
Yeah, we got flowers in the back this
That's
time
true.
instead of a box stand.
Instead of the box fan.
I apologize, but it's not as aesthetically pleasing.
We'll be improving on that. We'll be getting out of the webcam, getting out of the bubble a little bit, doing some great content in the future. But thanks, Ryan Payne, for being on the Danimal Weekly the first guest. Absolutely.
Thank you, Danimal Weekly viewers.
Absolutely. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.
I'm sexy and I know it.